Are you?
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
And don't forget about Rob, Scott, and Jared. What's happening, fellas?
We in the house, man. We're in the house.
What's going on?
Enjoying the nice, beautiful weather we're having. Oh, man.
Oh, I know. It wasn't today just a beautiful
Just a miner's weekend paradise. 65, 70 degrees yesterday, today, tomorrow.
62 here.
How much, Rich?
62.
62?
It was still chilly because of the wind. The wind was probably 10 miles an hour. So
Oh, see, we didn't have no wind. We had that
it was
yesterday.
pretty windy.
You know,
Up in the
if
mountains.
you would have lived here, if you guys would have lived here in Indiana, you pretty much could have prospected all year round because we really didn't get a winter. I mean, it's been really nice the last couple, 2 or 3 years here in Indiana. Yeah, you might have a couple of days it's cold,
Yeah.
but other than that, man, I mean, it's like year-round digging here.
So what's your excuse not getting out there?
Well, I haven't got to that yet, but what I'm trying to get at is, you could live at a place, somewhere where, you can only prospect certain months out of the year, and then it just gets too hot to prospect.
Right.
But man, over here on the East Coast
There's no
anymore,
months.
I mean, it's like, man, 10 out of the 12 months,
Yeah.
maybe 11 you can prospect. It's awesome. And where's it at? If you go to Lebanon, Indiana, you could really prospect for almost 12 months out of the year.
Down there in Lebanon, right?
Yeah,
I thought so. I thought Lebanon was like the hot spot anyway.
it is. It is a hot spot.
Well, right now, Arizona's
underarms.
What's that, Scott? Huh?
That joke's so old it smells like Dennis's underarms.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
you got to speak up just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Arizona, it sounds like you either heated out or flooded out.
Flooded out. Rob, you still flooded out?
Maybe, you know what?
Not
Cheers.
anymore?
It's still
Maybe,
raging.
maybe
now.
next year.
Yeah. Are you going? So can you go back in this week, Rob?
It all depends on how the color of the river looks. If it's still chocolatey, no.
Oh, so but you're not flooded out.
Calm down as far as rapids go.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Good.
Get rid of the chocolate soup. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yep. And you'll be fine. So hopefully this week sometime. Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe. Scott,
What?
got some gold prices for us?
Yeah.
Is it still over 2,000?
It
What?
ain't over. Quit it.
What?
It only got to 1998. Anyway, it actually went down $15. It says, but yeah.
It got to
214.
1998.
Yeah.
You know, it got to 2004.
That's what I thought it was over
It
2,000.
was above 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
it took a $15.30 drop and went down to 1979. We got silver taking another gain off that 22 and bouncing up to 23 with a .11.
uh-huh.
Whoa.
That's 23.31 actually, so that's pretty close to 23.50.
Right.
Platinum took a $2 drop, went into 983. Not 983 or 993. 993. Palladium took an $11 drop, and that went down to 1507. And rhodium stayed punch.
What was silver again, Scott?
23.31.
23? Okay.
Yeah, .11 rise.
Okay.
Not much, but hey, it did go up.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So
And
who won the Bitcoin battle?
Yeah, what's the Bitcoin, Jared?
28?
Currently, 28,085.
Who had 28?
Nobody.
I had
What?
30.
Nobody had 28. Rich, you had 30.
I thought I said 28 to 26.
No,
You said 26,
24.
Scott.
Oh, 26.
Scott, you said 26. Rich said 30. Rob, you said 32. Jaron said 24. And I said 33. So,
I'm still closer.
well, Rich was just as close. Rich was at 30. You were at 26. See?
Well,
split the difference. Yeah, 2 and 2.
I tell you what, I do want a special shout out
Two.
to Chad.
Shad, birthday boy Biffle.
Yes. Happy
Oh, wait a minute.
birthday
Wait a
to
minute. Is this the PG version?
Happy birthday
That's
to
not PG.
Not PG.
Happy birthday
Morning.
to my Shay. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. We've got to come up with a disclaimer that we could show across the screen. Like, warning.
Yeah.
Turn off your video.
Turn off your monitor if you are offended by this.
Not to forget, but I got my gal pal here, my girlfriend Lisa's birthday today as well.
That's right.
Birthday,
Oh,
Lisa.
Happy birthday to Lisa too.
Happy birthday.
Well, one side went to Dad,
So that
side went to Chad, the other side went to her.
oh, see, so one side of that dance was for Lisa, one side was.
Well,
for
we only lost 2 viewers.
That's it. That's pretty bad. That's not.
It is what it is.
That's not too bad. Right? Yeah.
You gonna like me or hate me?
Oh,
One of
I
the-
lied. 4 now.
4. Hey. That's right.
You either gonna like me or hate me.
It's been like this since the beginning. They should be used to it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yep.
That's true.
If we could deal with it, so can they.
It's not like it's an every week thing. So
Right. It's not every week.
no,
It's for special occasions.
special occasions.
That is all it is. It's like
I want to get the names who left. They're going to get special occasions.
they'll get a special dance sent to
It
them.
was just some new viewers.
Oh.
So much for channel growth.
Yep. Yep. Oh well.
So
Um,
why gold and what did you guys do today?
Yeah. You guys talk. I'll get
in
Ed
Arizona.
here.
What's NASCAR?
Do NASCAR,
Okay.
baby.
Yep. Tomorrow we'll be down there cutting on a trailer, getting that finished up.
No, he's going to be gone.
Or no, I'm not. I'm going to be gone.
Oh, you'll be back. Rob will be down there working.
Yeah. Okay.
Jaron, I just sent that to Jess. I don't know. Can you send it to Ed?
Yeah.
He'll be going
Yeah.
for the birthday special.
Scott will be
Birthday lands on Wednesday.
birthday partying with Lisa. Yeah. Don't look all too excited there, Scott.
What's that? What'd you say?
Nothing. The smile.
I am smiling, dude.
No, you're not. Now you are.
now you are.
Now you are.
I'm listening to you, and I was sitting here listening to him say something in my ear, and I couldn't hear what Tim said.
He'll be smiling tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good, man.
Happy
All I'm going to say is hand pay, hand pay, hand pay. Ding, 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 ding. Winner.
Yeah.
It's funny because when we go, I can't remember the last time that we went to a casino and had a losing night.
Don't say that. You'll jinx yourself.
Nah, we won't be jinxing ourselves. But
Yeah, that's it.
Don't say that. That's how you
Good,
jinx
man.
yourself, dude.
all I'm going to say is hand pay, hand pay.
Jesse.
What's up?
What's happening?
You know, one of my few pleasures in life is not being around Dennis Dayton on my birthday.
Oh. Oh. Ed, we can't see you.
Oh yeah, there's a reason.
No, there ain't.
You guys get a special one anyway. So
Why you on your
There you are.
birthday shoot too? Oh no, you're not.
There he is in the shed.
Yeah, I watched one of my few pleasures in life. is-
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Get
someone's
feedback.
got
Somebody's YouTube
Hang
birthday.
on.
Yeah,
Jesse,
turn that crap off.
Hang on.
Oh,
You veteran, you.
Yeah, you're supposed
Okay.
to. I'm not supposed to have to worry about that stuff with you guys.
No, you don't understand. I always forget that.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was you always forget to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
I depend on Jaron to remind me at the end of the show to hit like.
Hit
Well-
like, mute your YouTube.
Jesse likes to hear himself talk, I guess, right, Jess?
No, I'm not saying anything tonight.
There you are.
No.
You
No,
got
we want to hear a lot about what's been going on, what happened this year. I know you guys usually travel. Every once in a
Not
while
this
you
year.
travel once or twice a year.
Not this year.
this year was a
Not this year. Didn't go to California this year.
travel free.
Well, I did go to California, but for my mom's funeral and
Right.
memorial service,
Right.
Yeah,
and
sorry to hear that.
ended up having to drive home from there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And well, I did go to Texas. I did go to Texas in
Well,
November, the end of November.
that was the death in the family too, wasn't it, Josie?
No, it was house sitting.
Oh
House-
yeah, that's right. House sitting.
That's a long ways to go to house sit.
Hey, it's
Unless it's like a vacation.
I
home
hitchhiked
sitting.
around the country for 3 years, so
Yeah.
driving to Texas is nothing.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
long a drive was that, Jess?
It actually took us. It's actually a 24-hour drive,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
but at my age, it took 2 days, 3 days.
52 hours of drive.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I like that.
I made that drive in 24 hours. Well, I made the drive from Toledo to Texas or San Antonio in 24 hours.
6 hours of it's just getting to Texas.
Yeah, right. It was an 8-hour drive to drive across Texas. Actually, 10 hours. It's very
Wow.
big. But no, it took. We stopped at night and slept.
Smart.
Oh,
Smart move. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went there. We went there, and they had the coldest temperatures they've ever had recorded in Texas. Yeah, it was bad. Not fun. And
Oh,
rainy.
man, that sucks.
Didn't have fun. We weren't supposed to be having fun. We were house sitting.
Right. Well, yeah, but it could have been like a house sitting vacation kind of
Yeah.
thing too. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, come on. Yeah.
And we were hoping for being able to do things, but oh well.
Right. But no. Oh well, next time you house sit.
Oh, we did right. We did go to Renaissance Fair.
Oh, okay.
I got my better half over here feeding words to me.
She's usually louder on our show. Come
Yeah,
on,
right.
Ruby, what's up?
She needs to just get cue cards and just write it and hold it up.
Right.
You words.
Well, they're right
no,
there.
Jesse needs cue cards.
Or you get one of them monitors. and
There's the Ruby
types
we
it.
all
Yeah.
love, that flash in your pan.
Yeah, but if you get Jesse that monitor and and Ruby could just type in what he's supposed to say, and
There you go.
sit there and read it.
No, but we did go to a Renaissance Fair. It was pretty cool.
Was that fun?
Oh, it was a blast. It
Was
was
it?
it was a blast, but it's very weird now.
Right.
You know, growing up, I remember hearing about Renaissance Fair, and those sounded like fun. You know, but yeah, they're very weird now.
Yeah,
It's more cosplay than anything else.
Yeah, they have a lot of them Renaissance fairs here in Ohio too. I
Yeah,
think
right.
a big one in Toledo.
There's 3 different locations, but I've never been to one.
Right. Me
Do
neither.
they have like wine tasting in them that too?
They're like, what?
Wine tasting and stuff.
Probably mead drinking.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a lot of wine tasting, but I don't know if they had any actual events. There was a lot of wine testing.
A lot of wine, a lot of mead.
Oh yeah, lots of mead. Did have some mead.
Yeah, our big one was just last week, I think, or week
What?
before last.
Renaissance fair?
Yeah, they got their own freaking town over here for it, dude.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's a castle town in the middle of the desert, and that's once
Right.
a year it's used for the red bus.
What's that,
Yeah.
Burning Man?
That'd have been cool.
Well, that's the same way this was. That's the same. This here outside of Houston, they had 40 acres of camping.
Wow.
And it was a big castle-like structure that they had with
Mhm.
stages. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Interesting.
It's a grift.
Never
be
been
fun.
to one. It'd be fun. Been to a lot of Highland games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Like
It was fun. It was
axe
fun.
throwing.
Highland games and powwows.
Yeah.
They had wenches catching chickens
Topless.
topless.
Woo!
They didn't let me record that.
Why not?
Yeah, I bet.
I don't know.
Why?
It was of interest.
Aren't they kind of strict on that? They would try to keep the theme where you're not supposed to have like
Oh,
cameras and modern day
They
stuff.
didn't have
Yeah,
cameras.
well, in certain areas, only in the areas where they got
Lap
very
dancing.
decadent, let's say.
Lap dancing.
Oh yeah,
Pole dancing.
yeah.
So next time, Jesse, get a spy pen with a HD camera on it,
Yeah.
or
Why?
those Google glasses. You know.
Boy, I tell you what, I started walking up to that area where they were doing that. I had my camera up, right?
Huh?
And I bet I didn't get any closer than 30 feet. And I had people in front of me. Oh no, you can't be recording. Put that away. Okay.
Why?
Besides, who wants to watch a bunch of
Winches chasing
winches
chickens.
running around flapping, trying to catch chickens? You know.
That could be
I
it.
don't know. Make a good TikTok video, I'm sure.
Dennis.
I'm sure.
I'd like to see it.
Me too.
Go.
You know,
Now I guess we're gonna have
I'm
to
sure
go.
there's a niche on Pornhub for it somewhere.
Probably. Yeah. I guess we're gonna have to go to a Renaissance fair now so we could see this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they call them chickens on there.
Is that?
I don't know. I'm not. Karen may know more about it than I do. That was the first time I'd ever been to one. I did see some fire dancers. That was cool.
Uh-huh.
There was a guy that that did some fire dancing. That was pretty cool.
You want to see?
And then you really gotta. You had to watch out for. They actually had. People trying to get money from you.
Oh.
Or
Okay.
just you know they're not supposed to charge, right,
Right.
Okay.
for these performances.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
But
For
they
the
would-
poor.
Yeah, no, I said, well, he did do this for you specifically. He wasn't doing anything because you could walk up and ask him, "Oh, that's cool. Can I watch what you do?"
Right.
And they'd do it. But then his winch would come around. Hey, he did that for you. You should give him a tip.
Oh, what a
you know?
racket.
Yeah,
I did.
right.
I gave him a tip right at the front gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like when they
get in here already.
yeah. That's like when they take a picture of you and then go, here, $5.
Right, exactly.
You're like, I didn't ask you to take my picture.
They do that to you on the strip every time, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, dude, the parking, not the parking, the camping there was really cool. I mean, it was huge. I've never seen a campground. And it was just open, plots of land with trees around them and roads around them. And you pulled in, you camped, and, we were tent camping, and there was a whole group of us. It was pretty cool.
40 acres. That's a lot of campground.
That's huge, dude. That's a
Do
long way
they
to
camp period style like they do at
go.
rendezvous?
No.
Oh.
No, but they did have a section like that.
Yeah, I've
They
been
do.
to a couple of rendezvous back in Washington,
I
like mountain men rendezvous, and
Yeah.
Right.
they camp all period.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But I think the performers had their own campground where that's the way they camped.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah, pretty strange stuff.
yeah. Let's go check one of them out one of these days now.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was they have shows and stuff, so those are cool to sit down and watch, and of course all the vendors and everything.
Right.
But other than that, I didn't get to go medley teching. I wanted to go to Galveston. Yeah, didn't get
Bummer.
to do that. Yep.
Bummer.
Didn't. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next time.
It was raining and cold.
Yeah, and that sucked too because it
Oh,
was
that was-
rainy and it was
yeah.
cold, and we had just left the cold, and we didn't want to be in the
Right.
cold.
It's like cold here.
At least I could say it was beautiful and sunny my whole week in California and for the drive back to Ohio.
Right.
But then the weather got shit. I mean,
Yeah.
beep,
But
kind
still-
of crummy. And I missed the crummy weather here in Ohio over Christmas time, so
Yeah.
that was good. But I was
Yeah,
stuck in
that
an
was the
airport.
worst. That was the worst weather we had all year. Was that Christmas? For you.
Yes, Dennis Hendricks, performers. They are performers. Some of them actually live the lifestyle, but they are performers.
Yeah, we call those gypsies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. These guys don't travel. They've
No.
got their own village there. They go to their 9 to 5 jobs during the day, during when it's not Renaissance time.
Right.
They, you know. So no, it was funny because I'm watching these people, and one of the things I said it to a few of them too, because you know I lived in San Francisco in the early 70s. You know, so hair down the middle of my back, right? So, and I'm telling these people, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You come out here on the weekend and play this. I says, I lived this for 3 years, so
They're just playing it on the weekends.
yeah, right.
Reminded you of Haight and Ashbury, huh?
Absolutely. That's where I lived, right on Hayden Ashbury.
Did you, Jess?
Yes, sir. I hung out on Hippie Hill. I listened to Wavy Gravy spew out his weird stuff.
Wavy gravy. That's the name I haven't heard for quite some time.
So was you?
For those who don't know who Wavy Gravy was, and if you ever watched the Woodstock video, in the video he announces on the stage everybody not to take the brown acid.
Right.
That's Wavy Gravy.
That's Wavy Gravy. So did you go to Woodstock, Jess?
No, sir. I missed it.
Did you want to go?
I did, but I got high.
You know what they say? They say if you remember. They say if you remember it, you weren't there in the first place.
That's what they say. Maybe I did go.
Maybe you did go.
Maybe I did. No, see, that was I didn't go.
No. So did you live the life of a hippie flower child when you lived there?
That was the only life to live, wasn't it?
Buddy, I don't know.
Well, you know, I was just out of Vietnam and
Uh-huh.
hitchhiking around the country, landed in San Francisco and stayed there, went to school and hitchhiked around some more and wound up back in Toledo.
Man.
That's when California was cool, not like the train wreck it is now.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
no doubt.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, I was when Dennis and the Bippos went to San Francisco, and then they told me about what was happening there.
Uh-huh.
I used to love San Francisco. It was such an awesome place to be.
Mhm.
Now you better get your map of where the human excrement is on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
But
So for anyone who might not know, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about Flash in your Pan, what you guys do, what you're about,
That's a good
how
idea.
you came about, and
Yeah.
how did we come about, Ed? How did we come about?
Flashing your
Oh no!
pan.
You want to hear my here? Let me say
Uh-oh.
real quick first. We came about because all of Ed's videos are in editing. Okay, Ed.
Okay.
It always wasn't that way.
I thought they got started with Ed and the Shed.
Edit?
I started off in '08 in Washington when I was there for 9 months. And then when I came back to Ohio, I started Ed in the Shed, which was do-it-yourself projects.
Right.
And then I started getting active with the GPAA at the Buckeye chapter at the Swank West lease. And that's where I met Toledo Jess.
Uh-huh.
And then we did reviews and testing and beta testing for a couple of things and made videos of that stuff. And I was a lot faster with editing before before the advent of live broadcasting on YouTube.
Right.
And now we're going on 6 years. June 22nd will be 6 years of continuously running Tuesday Night Hangout Live. And until my 5th year, I didn't miss a show.
Right.
Sick, you name it, sick, whatever. The show went on until my mother's memorial services and funerals.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Are you ever going to do any more Ed in the Sheds? Everybody misses that.
I love
I'm
it.
telling you, I keep telling
I
them
get that a lot.
constantly,
The thing
Ed, you
is,
need to do more Ed in the Shed.
how many times am I gonna reinvent the wheel for something prospecting?
I know,
Yeah.
but think about it. We reinvent the wheel every week, it seems like. So
Well, if they didn't reinvent the wheel all the time, we wouldn't have better
you
wheels.
just put a new spin on it.
Oh, true. But I've done some talking head stuff like Prospecting 101 and In the Shed with Ed, Prospectors Ethics, permissions and properties and stuff like that. I do have stuff in the works, but the place you see behind me, of course, this is all Hollywood magic and green screen, but this area used to be about the only clean part of my shop. And Toledo Jazz has a video of how my shop looks like.
For real.
Right now, it's worse than that. So I actually need to go in the shop and seriously clean it up.
There you go, Ed. How to clean up your shop.
Ed in the Shed.
Clean up your shop with Ed in the Shed.
Ed and to clean up your.
I don't think I could get a big enough dumpster outside my shop. But yeah, I miss some of those. I would like to make a rocker box though, but I made a couple of fluid bed sluices, which we've used at Pirates Cove one time, my big one. Worked great. I think that's when Caleb got damaged for life when Dennis Dayton danced for him on his birthday. But yeah, I'd like to do some more. It's just finding the time, making the time. I should phrase that right. Making the time, making the time to clean my shop. Last year would have been a decent year to do that since didn't do no traveling. And it looks like the way the last 6-7 months was, I'm not going to be doing any traveling this year either.
Yeah, but
our buddy Dennis Hendricks says, I think Ed in the Shed was better than Ed in the Closet.
Well, since I've never been in the closet, Dennis.
The Shed is awesome.
So when you started doing the
lives,
is that when the channel really progressed from just like, just gold prospecting and stuff?
Pretty much, because you could only have lives about gold prospecting so many times. And we all like more than just gold prospecting. At least Jesse and I did.
We find most of everybody that does prospecting also does other treasure hunting.
Right.
that's why we expanded the show to be more about treasure hunting, with us being gold prospectors, you know. So that's where we went. That's our direction.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
And plus that actually opened up a lot more opportunities to get different guests.
Opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
And different types of guests. I mean, we've had geologists on because, you know,
Archaeologists, geologists,
archaeologists,
prospectors, bottle diggers, detectives,
history people,
right.
historians, and
It can't just always
Coin collectors.
gold.
yeah, coin collectors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he calls it bottle diggers. We call them dump diggers.
Well, dump
Yeah,
diggers,
those-
privy diggers, you know.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
that's where they find the good bottles, is where the old farmhouses used to take them out and dump them in the woods in a certain wash.
We've done plenty of shows about that on places to find your bottle dumps. You know, where you can, we call them bottle dumps, but yeah.
Well, actually,
they're
we have a
farmer's dump
video
site,
where
you know?
Jesse and I found a bottle dump.
Right.
We're by Pleasant, the Pleasant Lake.
Pleasant Lake.
Yeah, the reservoir.
Right.
Or Pleasant Hills Reservoir, or whatever it is, where
Where's that at?
Clear Fork flows into. It's in Ohio by Loudonville.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Clear Fork, which the Swank West and Swank East are located on the Clear Fork, it dumps into the Pleasant Reservoir, and then that goes into the Black Fork of the Mohican River.
Mhm.
And it's a nice area.
I remember where my grandma and grandpa's dump was, but they've also put rolls of barbed wire fence on top of it, rolls of fencing and other debris.
Sure.
So you'd have to go through you know, you'd have to go through a lot of stuff to get down to the good stuff. But I know
if it's been since they were, you know, young adults, and that most of that barbed wire is probably rusted away by now.
Yeah, I think they
stopped. All you get is a little point sticking in your hands.
Yeah, I think they stopped dumping in that hole probably when I was 16, 17. So, I mean, I'm 50 now, so you can just imagine.
Yeah. That'd be a cool place to go check out, especially since you know where it's at. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think they took all their glass back there and filled in this one little spot, and then they burnt the trash. They didn't have trash pickup.
Right.
No. Right.
Yeah.
I have well, it's not an old one, but I found toys in burn piles.
Yeah.
That, you know, that don't burn. I mean, they just stayed away from the fire, you know.
Right.
They're just a little singed. But that's so, you know, those places are good places to look too. And that's what a lot of our show is about too, is we're talking about, you know, places where you can find, you know, where you can hunt for treasures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all about the hunt, right?
Sure.
Yeah, no matter what your treasure is, if it's flea markets, thrift stores,
mushrooms, or
we haven't had any morel hunters on yet, but if that is a treasure, so to speak.
You have, Ed. You've had them just to talk about it.
Yeah, I just seen today somebody in Oklahoma City found 6 of them already.
Well,
yeah.
We have a couple more days like today. They should start popping around here.
Right.
Right. I know some guys that are already anxious to get out and get them.
Yeah. See, it's getting to be that time. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
morel mushrooms are awesome.
So
we got 20 people watching on YouTube and only 16 likes. It's for you missing.
What the heck? Hit that thumbs up.
I got mine. I got mine.
Jesse, did you hit the like button yet?
Yeah, Jesse, hit the like button.
See, Tim, he hits the like button for here before he did for our own shows.
That's because he's a visitor and a guest.
Right.
Did you hear me, Ed? I said I'm always the one dislike.
Yeah.
There you go. Always have to have one of those. Then you know you're getting somewhere.
That's always Scott. Yep.
Well, at least you know who it is.
Right.
Everybody's video. Even
Oh
at
yeah,
home.
but yeah, we had. I know you guys had Kayla on. We had her on last week.
She's a good guest, ain't she?
Oh, she
Yeah,
was a great
was fun.
guest.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
Took
had a
us
lot of
into
fun guests.
overtime.
Yeah, she's full of information. Very, very.
Oh yeah, and she likes to talk.
Yeah. But that's the kind of guest we like.
Right.
Right?
I love a guest that will talk.
Yep. Just keep
'Cause
on.
that means I
talking.
don't have to.
Right.
You hate the
Just
ones that
ask
lean
them.
over and go, yes.
You just ask them one question, then sit back and enjoy the ride. They just
Right,
go
right.
on. It's like, yes.
Where you know that's Jesse's part of Tuesday Night Hangout Live is being mostly
Keep it from getting
the
dead air.
host,
Yeah.
where I'm the one like you, Tim, who's more of the engineer trying to keep it run smooth as long as capital M don't show up. I won't say it. I won't say it.
Hey, don't you love the ones that you got to literally ask them a question and they go, yes, or no.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's when shows end up being an hour, hour and a half instead of 2 hours, 2.5
Yeah, but we
hours.
stretch it to 2 hours. But right at 10 o'clock, Ed, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Blah, 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 blah. We're out of here.
Guarantee you quit at 10 o'clock.
No, we've cut a couple a half hour short before. It's like crying teeth from a rhinoceros or something, you know. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it's been all kinds too. Treasure hunters, YouTubers.
Oh yeah, you just never know.
Manufacturers,
Right.
and it's like I'm not gonna say any specifics, but we're in pre-show. We have a pre-show, as you know, Tim and Scott and stuff, where we go over some things and we tell them out. It's your time to promote whatever you want to promote. Your event, your website, your YouTube channel, your TikTok, you name it. It's
your time.
It's your time to promote.
And then sometimes I'll even give them, well, first, one of the things I try to ask all the time too with our guests, is there something you don't want? I'll ask this of our TV guests, the ones that have been on TV.
Well, a lot of times they have disclosure agreements.
Right. So are there things you don't want to talk about? And we won't talk about that.
Right.
But the other thing too is we like getting like Dennis Hendricks, Gold Pro Unlimited, you know, Dottie's Adventure. Those are the people we want on the show, our show too, because they're the guys and gals that we're actually talking to, right? So we like to get them. That's why we have open line mic. If we can't get them as a guest, maybe we can get them in.
Open line Tuesday, which this coming Tuesday is our open line Tuesday night, the last Tuesday of every month.
Right.
But you know, Dennis, he makes silicone mats, so he's probably someone we. But I've seen him on some panels. You'd have to talk a lot more, Dennis.
And really, that's really it. We do appreciate you when you come on, and we appreciate you even more when you talk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing. There is like you're saying, there's a lot of people in the community, but some of them are just so soft spoken, they won't speak. It's
No, I'm here talking about me.
No, we definitely.
No, we're not talking about you. Nobody talks about you. And if we do, you're not gonna like it.
If we do, we're not gonna tell you.
Oh no, I tell Dennis.
Definitely not. Dennis is a talker. Yeah,
we don't need to worry about Dennis not talking. That's
no.
Then you got those guys like Ray. You're like, gotta have your beeper ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. But Ray's always fun when he joins us on.
We love having Ray on our show.
Tuesday. And actually, a lot of time he's really well behaved. But
that's good.
Lately,
when he's on our show, he watches his language because he knows that's all we ask. You know, So other than that, not that we don't slip and he doesn't slip. Everybody slips, but
Oh yeah, we all.
Yeah, we just have a
Sure.
delayed beat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw him in the YouTube, so I had to give him a little harassment.
Give him a little dig.
We love Ray, so a little harassing's
Uh-huh.
expected. Colin, Heavy Meadow Detective over on YouTube. Good to see you.
Yeah, we like to us, our chat rooms they're our audience, but they're not all of our audience. We have audience that we don't see in the chat. So,
We love our lurkers.
We love our lurkers. We let them know we know you're there.
But a lot of our lurkers are channels with 100,000 plus or 1 million.
Wow.
Right.
Dan Hurd is a lurker. Two Toes is a lurker. Pioneer
They
Paul.
probably lurk on here too. I don't know. They probably lurk on here too.
I'm not sure about Jeff Williams and Lilla. I think they're too busy playing around the hills of Oatman,
They're too busy
Arizona.
digging mines, yeah.
Well, I
they're
know
digging for gold. They ain't worried about
Jeff works a lot in his drift mine for his patrons.
Yeah.
But I was a patron, but I won't support any business that supports Antifa and Black Lives Matter.
Did you see that, Ed? Dennis Hendricks says, I get the hint, but you guys got to give me something to talk about other than silicone mats, because people like Wheeler think that silicone is just for sex toys. Okay.
Can't forget the latex there either,
Yeah. Well, you just got to keep talking about his products as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, but see, and that's the other thing too, that when we have guests on, we don't want to just know about their particular treasure hunting style or thing. We want to know about the person themselves too. So and tell us any ghost stories or cool stories that you might have. That's what that's the kind of stuff we like.
Yeah, backstory. We all have a story.
Yeah, we all
Right,
have
right.
some story, right?
Yeah,
and you're no stranger to Tuesday Night Hangout Live, Tim. You've been a guest 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Swiftwater's been on. Rich has been on. Dennis has been on. The Biffles have been on.
Yeah, I think they all have, haven't they?
I believe so. We need to rotate through them before, because I think it was like our first season.
I think it was first season, yeah.
right.
When you guys were on.
You guys were our test dummies.
Yeah, right. We were good guinea pigs.
Right. And it sure has come a hell of a long way since those days,
Yeah.
And Tim, I don't know whether you noticed or not, but from when we first started to today, we're not any better.
Are we? Nope.
We don't seem any more professional than we did before. We're still amateurs.
No, us either. We're the exact same now as we were back then when we started.
But that's okay.
It is okay, because that's us. That's our trademark.
Right.
We got better.
Right. We didn't want a structured show because we're so far from being structured ourselves.
Right.
So that's why when you were on, I said, I don't know if I said it to you. I might have once before. Campfire setting. We're sitting around the campfire.
Right.
After a day of prospecting or whatever we're doing that day, hanging out, telling stories and learning about each other, which is what. And then again, we want our guests to promote whatever YouTube thing they're doing or
You
whatever
always,
they're into.
always
That's-
want them to promote themselves.
Yes.
That's why they're on, you know.
Now, next time we have Swifty on, we'll have to have Rob because Swifty hasn't been doing much, but Rob has.
Right. Yes.
Love you, Scott. Love you, Scott. But
Scott's the silent.
I have to say, Scott did really good with the seminars at the GPA gold
did.
shows and
He
stuff.
did.
Don't, hey,
Good
Scotty,
for
don't,
you,
don't,
Scott.
don't let them get on you about not getting out there and digging like you should. I haven't gotten out there and dug like I should either last year.
Hey,
so.
hey,
Neither
Ed,
have I.
Ed,
Yeah.
next time they're going to want Rob to do the seminars.
Maybe.
Swiftwater who?
We want
That's
that
just
Rob
it.
guy.
This year we've had so much stuff thrown at me. I've had like, I don't know, some stuff going off my heart, got it checked out, and it's okay.
Oh, that sucks.
A couple times where we had freaking both of us was down in the arm or the shoulder, and if you just keep going, you're going to end your season in the middle of the season. It's going to be done. So we had to get all that stuff healed back up, and then we got, I don't know, torrential rains for the last 2 months. So
Plus, we also had the flu.
yeah, we had that. We threw that crap out, sure. But that only burned up 3 days. But
Hey,
Oh, did you say the flu? Speaking of flu, I just went through the scariest thing.
what?
My dog, Libby, she's what, 12 years old? The other day, just started throwing up, just getting really sick, got really, how do you say that?
Lethargic?
Yes, that one. Lethargic.
Lethargic.
So what we find out there is a really bad flu going around for dogs right now. So if your dog gets really sick, gets lazy, throws up, just make sure they're drinking water.
There's a
It'll-
dog flu.
Can cats get it too?
No, the cats seem to be fine. They didn't. It was just her.
Ah,
About 3 days, like a 3-day flu, man. She was down and
She's still
out.
not.
She's still not doing that good. She's better. She's drinking water and she's going outside, but yeah,
No,
for
don't
a
let
couple
the-
days, 2-3 days, she was bad.
don't let the government find out. They'll say it come from a squirrel. They'll charge you for the antidote.
yeah.
Well, what was really scary? Well, what was really scary? 2 days before that, my dog likes to kill animals, like groundhogs. She only eats the center,
Oh,
leaves the back legs and butt and the head and shoulders, but eats the center of the whole thing.
Could
So
have
the
been
other
a
day I
bad
go out.
dog, bad groundhog or something.
yeah.
No, she got the other day. I go out the back door, and there's a dead squirrel there.
Uh-huh.
The only thing she ate out of this dead squirrel was the brains,
Oh, okay.
just the brains, the top of the head. That's all she ate out of it. And then I find out that's what dogs do with squirrels.
Ah,
That's the part they eat,
really?
The brain.
the brains.
Like a little.
And I got really scared. I thought maybe she had rabies.
Yeah. So,
Rabies is a death sentence for dogs.
yeah.
Believe it or not, down Louisiana, they eat the brains as well. And I ain't
They
talking
what?
about dogs. Down Louisiana, they'll eat brains out of squirrel.
People?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
wow.
but yeah, but I guess that's a delicacy for dogs. Squirrel brains.
Yeah, I'm not.
Go figure.
I'm not too keen on it.
Hey.
But they,
And in Thailand, they eat monkey brains.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey.
But anyways,
See,
beware. There is a dog flu out there, people. With your dogs, if they get really sick, all of a sudden it'll come on.
It's the dog flu. Okay. We'll keep an eye out.
They call it COVID K9.
Yeah, COVID K9. They'll have to go get a booster shot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The latest thing going around right now is COVID K9. It's
So I've got nothing to do with COVID. No COVID.
COVID K19 is what it'll be.
yeah.
K923.
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah, keep all dogs inside the house. You're like, no problem. It's where he stays anyway.
Yeah, you got to
Have a good day.
quarantine them. Keep them indoors.
Right?
I don't doubt nothing anymore.
My dog jump a 6-foot fence like a coyote. There ain't nothing keeping him in the yard. He don't care. He
Yep.
looks like a deer. He's just.
Well, you better put a mask on him if he's going to be out running around and
Right.
got to protect the other dogs.
You've seen Rango's ears. I bet he could wear a mask pretty easy. Those things stand straight up like a pair of fingers, but he may
Put a
not like
mask
it.
on him, just see what he'd do.
It's funny, in the mornings we'll look over on the edge of the bed and he'll have his neck or his chin sitting on the bed. He'll be looking at you like Batman because his ears are like, ding. He's just looking at you like, are you waking up yet? 'Cause I'm ready to go outside.
See, our buddy RST came in the house tonight. What's up?
Yeah, it's good to see Randy, Scotty, Tony, and Colin, and Hedrick, and Terry Curry, and
And I hated it when he come on the scene, Randy, Scotty, Tony. I'm like, who is this guy?
Scotty Tony.
Yeah, that's why I was seeing. I'm like, no, I was like, what the heck is going on here? And for a minute, I thought it was like a joke with somebody, and because of me, I was like, no, that's number one. My name's not Scotty. But then
Right.
I started looking into it. I was like, oh, I guess his name really is that.
Yeah, it took us a little while to get you two separated, but
Yeah,
we did.
everybody always thought they were
it's
related.
like Randy, Scotty,
Right.
Tony, not Swiftwater Tony.
Right.
I was gonna say, that's why I don't go by my name, because I hate it. You tell somebody your name, they go, huh? I'm like, see, that's why I tell you Swiftwater.
Yeah, that's why I call you Swifty and I call him RST.
Yeah.
Now I know who's who.
Oh yeah, but everybody thought they were related.
Oh yeah, you still get that today.
Uh-huh.
Just a jab.
Not as much,
thanks,
but-
Jeff.
Yeah. It's like, are you related to Scott Tony? Nope.
Well, it's like when we got the other Tim Grimes, everybody was
The other
like,
10 grand.
Oh, yeah.
What the
Tim
heck?
Grimes.
Oh.
How
Yeah.
could there be another one?
Yeah, but that one's real weird because he actually
Yeah, that was even more weird,
Yeah,
because-
lived in the same state, went to school with Kathleen.
right?
Yeah, he didn't even really live all that far from you, too.
No, his I think it was his daughter-in-law worked at the same building I worked at. Really just weird coincidences, yeah.
Well, now you don't have to worry about it. I believe he's in Georgia.
Yeah, I think he moved.
Yeah, he
Probably
did.
had to.
Yeah, and this is my town.
Right, right.
This is my state.
Only room enough for one Tim Grimes in Ohio. That's
Get out of my hood.
That's
See, and I'd never heard the last name Grimes before this Tim.
right.
And then another one came, and what's also funny is the reason I have my name is Lodak.
Uh-huh.
My gaming name used to be Lodak Grimes.
What?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's my old gaming name. That's where Lodak came from.
Why was your name Lodak Grimes?
Well, I bought the account from my buddy, and I just assumed the name, and I eventually turned it into Mr. Lodak.
So was he a Grimes?
I think he liked a band, some band where one of the guys' last name was Grimes.
Okay. All righty.
So look that band up, see if his first name was Tim.
Right? Weird.
I remember first time I seen Tim's name, I was like, Grimies, who's this?
Huh?
Yeah, well, the first time I saw his name, it says the creator behind it. I'm going,
Right, right, right.
I am the creator.
I am the creator
the creator.
of GPS, the creator. How else,
So,
You want to look for.
how else would you put it?
Well, you still have it on GPS as that way.
Oh, it
Tim
does
G,
say that, creator. It
creator.
does. I see it right behind my name. It says Tim G.
Yep.
Creator.
And Ray refers to you just as the creator.
Yeah, I know.
Like Almighty, the creator.
Oh, hell, the creator.
I think he said that once or twice too.
Tim took creator because God was already taken.
That's right. So Tim G is next.
Well, I guess there's also a Tim Grimes in Utah. GoPro Unlimited knew a Tim Grimes growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Colin says he knew a Tim Grimes also. from school.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well,
darned.
you are pretty common then.
Yep.
They got around.
Hopefully, I'm just the only Ohio one now. That's all that matters.
Did you hear what I said?
I heard you.
This is Or your dad got around, she said.
Yeah, who knows?
Was he a truck driver, Tim?
Oh, he was he worked at Alcoa Aluminum.
Oh.
As a salesman?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, he had the Eastern region.
He was a vacuum cleaner salesman.
That's funny you said Alcoa.
Poor
I think they got a big one in Lafayette, or they used to have a big Alcoa in Lafayette, Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big sucker.
Oh yeah, Alcoa Aluminum, huge. Yeah.
So the
I remember
truth
seeing
was,
The truth was what, Jess?
that was me.
I mean, Ed.
I'm like, the truth was he was a Kirby salesman disguised as an Alcoa
Yes.
salesman.
And he went door to door to all these suburbs.
Hey, I used to sell Kirby's. That vacuum will literally do everything. You want to change the light bulb? Just put this attachment on it, change that high light bulb.
You weren't. Was you really a Kirby salesman, Scott?
Yeah.
How many
For
did
3
you?
or 4 months.
How many did you sell?
I don't know, like 12 maybe.
Some things for
Wow.
like 20 grand, wasn't
For-
they?
they're
By the
expensive.
time you got done making payments, yeah, about 20
That's
grand.
what I mean.
They're expensive. We have a lifetime payment plan.
Yeah, but we had all the attachments, Tim.
Oh yeah, you had all the attachments. You could paint a car with that sucker.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You could. You could. It had an attachment with a
It
sprayer.
did. It did. Yes, you could do.
I know. I'm not. We had one.
See?
Yeah, I grew up with the
He
Kirby.
didn't have one.
Right.
Everybody
Yeah,
had
right, Ruby. Who didn't have a Kirby?
I almost bought one time, and then I
Well, if I came to your door, you would have had one.
came to my senses.
went along with the
said,
fuller brush set you had, and the Jewel T man came around, and he had all kinds of stuff.
"Hey,
Man, that's funny that you say that reflects so much. I used to sell steaks. I used to sell magazines, books, Kirby
Same here.
vacuum cleaners, insurance.
Oh yeah. Oh, the encyclopedia guy. Don't forget
encyclopedias.
him.
Don't
Oh
forget
no,
that."
I knew how
Okay.
my
Swifty.
grandma had encyclopedias. I knew how heavy those suckers were.
Yeah, we
They were expensive too.
had
I
the
used
whole
to sell-
set.
Swifty, I
Yeah,
used to sell,
Britannia.
Yeah.
sell cosmetics in Florida,
Gee,
door to door.
Beauty control.
Mary Kay.
He just
No.
like to fly them on.
Coscott Cosmetics. It had mink oil in it.
Wow. I don't think I ever sold anything.
No?
At least it
I
didn't
don't
have
think so.
pig oil in it.
I don't think so. I don't think I was cut out for it.
You got to have quick eyes and a gift of gab. That's all you got.
Yeah. Well, that would have been you. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I used to love it when we go, like we're selling not Iowa steaks, but dang, I can't
Yeah.
remember. Like Iowa steaks. We go to a door though. Somebody knock on, oh, we're vegetarians. I'm like, great, because I just bought a new house, and I guess you'd like to sell this brand new grill set here beside the front door. They get so mad at you because we just busted them.
Yeah, I've always been into sales myself, Swifty.
Yeah, I always thought it was
I
funny.
think it's the gift of gab.
It is.
You know.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Hey, our favorite folks is in the house. Thomas, what's up?
Thomas. Yeah, you got to be a talker to be a salesman. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
my favorite one was out here being a ticket writer for the car wash. That's what was really fun.
A what?
A ticket writer.
Ticket writer.
Did you always upgrade them from
Every time.
basic wash to a underbody scrub?
we had the basic, we had the secondary, the VIP, and then the ultimate. And everybody go, oh, what, you want me to buy that ultimate? I'm like, no, you don't need that. You need the VIP. And they go, why is that? I said, because it does door dashes, tires, components, put everything inside and outside for the same price, $14.95. You don't need the ultimate. You don't have that kind of paint job. This is not that kind of stuff for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. They go, okay. You don't sell them to the highest stuff. You sell them just right below it.
Just
You sell them what you know they're gonna buy.
Yeah, and if they got a really expensive car, when you say that, it gets their ego. That's when you get to lean on them. Well, you do got a Mercedes. I guess you could go for that ultimate.
Yeah,
I can
I'd
back
be
it
really
up.
concerned
Right.
about my paint job. I want to protect it.
I'll back it up with a hand wash for $39.95.
Right.
Awesome deal.
I will wax it.
And while you're at it, get an interior detail.
Yeah, those are pretty. Those are hard to sell. They're about $150. They're a little harder to sell to people, but you look at the car and you're thinking, it looks like 3 kids just puked up in this thing. You might as well hit them for it because they know they're not going to try to clean it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was always fun. Always had people. It's like, I didn't come in here for you to sell me anything. I said, ma'am, I think you got me misunderstood. She goes, what? Ain't you a salesman? I'm like, no. She goes, well, what are you doing out here? I said, ma'am, all I do is give you basic information for you and your family to make an educated choice about your vehicle. That's all I do. And they're like, okay, what do you
I'm
got?
not trying to sell you a thing.
No.
That's right. I'm trying to have you sell yourself something.
Premium package. Yeah.
Yeah, this choice, that choice, and the other one. What do you want?
Once I got on gold digging, though, it was all like solid gold digging. It was all over. I was like, yeah, I can pull this off.
Well, that's why you were a good speaker at the seminar thing. See?
That was pretty fun.
It worked. It was good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Of course, if I didn't have the cronies club sitting right in the front freaking row, it probably
Rooting you on.
At least the guy
they were
on your
rooting me out,
show.
all right.
That's right. We was rooting them on.
Was Dennis
Yeah,
heckling you?
Different. Every time I look at Shad, he's got a different dumb face.
Shad and Dennis heckling you?
No,
You better believe it.
no, nobody heckled him. We were supporting him. He was giving him the thumbs up.
Tough love.
You see how they show up?
never mind.
Ed and Jess, what do you guys think about this no GPA gold shows this year?
It sucks.
I think it kind of sucks myself.
It kind of sucks just when we got them come to the Midwest in the spring
Right.
instead of the fall.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
stopped doing shows.
So,
But it'd be nice if they come to Gold Rush.
Yeah, but don't hold your breath on that either. Right?
You know,
well, I
you
don't
can-
know. No, I don't think GPAA will come to Gold Rush.
Right.
But if you read through their letter and stuff, they did encourage the clubs to do their own,
Sure.
and they would encourage the vendors to go to those shows.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much that's gonna
Yeah, why not? If you ain't got no vendors, you don't really have a show.
Right.
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 Yeah, and you
I mean,
need the vendors. Unless you come to like our show, our Gold Rush days, which is not really a show like a GPAA show. It's more of an event.
Yeah.
More of we got vendors and we got prospecting.
Yeah.
You come dig, you come. We don't have a gold painting trough. We've got a gold painting creek.
Right.
Right. And there is a trough, but that's for speed panning.
Right.
Right.
Then you have
But what I'm
common
saying is
digs for kids, then you have
Yeah.
common digs for adults. And
Doug,
I think what it
Yeah.
was about. I think what it was about this year is they weren't having it is because number one, gas went up so stupid nobody could afford to actually travel show to show to show to show.
well,
I
the
mean, we had-
logistics, yeah.
Yeah, we had the show. We had the show here in Phoenix, and you guys know who the Wilson brothers are, right? They got the hand
Yeah.
trauma. And all that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
They didn't even show up from Tucson to here because it
Oh,
was,
wow.
yeah, it was just too much for them to load everything up. I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Wilson brothers always did good.
The logistics.
Yeah.
It is.
Makes things hard. And
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
if you're,
Ed, any idea when what is it? Flash Bash is this year.
there is no flashback.
Bash,
this year.
bash.
If
Flashback.
it would have been, it would have been already announced, would have been the first weekend of June.
Oh, yeah.
I did a special live stream for Flash Bash saying it was canceled this year. And a lot of that has to do with the past, the last 4 months in 22 and the first 2 months, now 3 months of 2023. I dropped the ball on it really, Rich, because
It is what it is, but there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff happened, like you said.
Yeah.
There's always
Hold
that.
on.
it cost me a lot to fly to the West Coast twice and then thanks to Southwest Airlines, which still hasn't made it good yet. They say they will. Everything except for my lost wages. But still haven't seen nothing but a couple of airline vouchers for $200, you know. Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to go to Washington for one memorial service. That flight, man, for this old man, I know I'm not as old as Jesse, but well,
Hey,
he's over next to me
He's up
Yeah,
there.
you
on
got
the
it.
live stream. But I flew in. I went to Ottis Ferris's house, or got my rental car, went to Ottis Ferris's house, stayed up because there were two other YouTubers at his house when I showed up. And we visited for a while. Great guys. Ottis, we met in California when we went to the Motherlode. And he had a nice fifth wheel all set up, ready to go for me. I had heat, television, whatever I wanted right there. But you know, we stayed up, visited. I'm 3 hours ahead of them out there. So by the time I got to bed at 1 in the morning, it was like going to bed at 4 in the morning. Then I woke up, I drove 5 hours to Camas, went to my mom's memorial service, drove 5 hours back, went to bed, woke up, and went to the airport, then fly back.
Yeah, that's a lot on any.
And
Yeah.
at least with the funeral and the memorial service in our hometown of Anaheim, I stayed a week at my best friend's house growing up in Corona del Mar. We were like 2 minutes from the beach, 6 minutes from John Wayne Airport. It's not an international. And only screw thing is my flight got canceled twice. And on Christmas Day, we sat in the airport for like 8 hours, ended up being canceled. And then by the time we talked to the airlines after being in line at like Disneyland for 2.5 hours, it was like, well, we might not be able to get you out until the 3rd, 4th, maybe the 6th of January.
What?
And I'm like, what? And then by the time you go to another airline, a $400 flight is now a $1,200 flight. So I'm like, before we have no choice but to hitchhike home, honey, we need to go to a get to a rental car.
Yeah, that's what
And we were lucky that we did it when we did it. If we would have waited, I would have say an hour more. We would have never got our rental car. And that our rental car for the week there was less than $450 for the 5 days going back to Ohio. It was $2,400.
Holy cow!
Well, I got a bus.
You take it out of their fleet,
right? Sure.
Then you take it to another fleet clear across the country. So there, but I have to say the young lady at Avis, she was awesome. She actually said, well, we got a truck there. Let me go over and see what we really have. Because it was showing like a Ranger or a Toyota, a Tacoma or something. And so she walked over to the parking garage and came back with a 2023 brand spanking new. It had 9 miles on it when we drove it out of the thing. It was a Hyundai. It was almost like a Tesla almost. There were times going through Arizona and the panhandle of Texas, I wasn't even touching the steering wheel.
Wow.
Judy was sleeping, of course, so she didn't see me. And it would stay in your lane, make gradual turns, and it would slow down if I got close to anything. And,
Wow.
You know,
drove from sunrise to sunset, and about a hour before sunset, I'm like, Judy, get us a place, you know.
Right. Sure.
Here in Arizona, we set the cruise at 100, let her go.
Oh, I was cruising on 10 pretty damn quick, you know, between Tucson and La Cruz.
Right.
I was jamming pretty good. And then we went up 25 through Truth and Consequences and stuff in New Mexico to Albuquerque. And then we hopped on 40.
Right.
Because I didn't want to drive through 10 and other roads going through Texas, because I'd rather drive 4 hours through Texas instead of 24 hours through Texas.
That's exactly right.
So, Ray's in here. He says, "Well, what about Amtrak, Ed?" Ray, let me tell you about taking a train.
I love the train, Ray, but believe me, if you would have paid attention during the Southwest debacle, hotel rooms were all taken. Trains were filled up.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Other
train rides are
airlines quadrupled in fares.
train rides are not
Buses.
that great. I'm going to tell you right now, train rides are not that great.
Well, trains are better than buses. I've been on both.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem with trains. The passenger trains are low on the priority list as far as getting through. Freight trains take priority over everything else.
Yes.
So if you're going down the track and a freight train's coming the other way, you're pulling over. You may have to wait 2-3 hours. Sometimes get stuck outside of a town for 4 or 5 hours waiting for them to do what they're doing before they let the train go by. Beautiful scenery. Love the clickety clack of the train. Love the different scenery you don't see on the road.
Right.
Because they're going through the mountains and stuff.
Yeah, they do definitely take different courses.
You gotta have a lot of time.
I like trains. When I was dredging in Rob's neck of the woods for North Sound Marina, I worked on a reclamation dredge, and we worked on boating marinas and dredged out channels and stuff. I was working around Coronado, and shoot, I'd hop on the train, take it up the coast to Santa Ana or Fullerton. My parents would pick me up. I'd have a nice visit for the day, and I'd zip back down to San Diego. And I'd rail first class because it was only like a $5 boost in your ticket, if that. And you got free snacks in first class and champagne. So, hey, sign me up, first class.
Oh, yeah.
It's different. It's different cross country than it is like from,
yeah.
Short trips. Even those can be kind of long. The same reason I don't like, I love to fly. I love the convenience of getting there really quick.
Sure.
But I don't like the hassle involved at the airports, the delays. I just soon drive myself. But that's me.
I'd rather drive when you have the time, but I love flying. Big planes, little planes. I love flying.
Me, I think it sucks. So I get a straight through flight, and that's all there is to it.
Layover sucks, Swifty. Layover suck, but it's so hard and expensive to get a one-way flight. For someone like us, maybe it's different, you being in AZ now, than it would be if you were still in Indiana or us out here on the East Coast, or for those on the West Coast coming out here. I remember back in the day when getting a one-way flight was pretty easy, could go from LAX to Boston on a one-way flight and smoke at your seat, miss the good old days.
Yeah, it takes 3.5 to get over to Indiana and 4:15, 4:20 to get back.
It cost me $500 one way in gas to drive to Texas.
Well, see,
Not
that
even that.
$500, that would have got me at the good, that would pay for my ticket and half the next one coming back.
Well, that's driving a Ram.
Oh yeah.
It was about $500 there, 500 back.
That's like me. I'd like to go back to Indiana this summer, but I don't know what the price of gas is going to be.
Right.
That's a nice trip, Rob. I've been on that train also.
Oh,
yeah.
speaking
From
of my
Southern
dad,
California to Seattle. That's a nice trip.
speaking of my Dodge, Tim, for over the years, I've kept a running count of my cars.
Yeah.
Well, we had 2 more destroyed out front.
What are you up to now?
Well, we're up to 9
9.
in 7 years.
What happened, Ed? Or Jeff?
Well, see, on the 19th of January.
On the 19th of January, some guy slammed into the back of my wife's car, totaled it, which bumped into my truck and bent the fender, right? So we're getting that taken care of. 10 days later, some guy plows in the back of my truck. Okay. And now,
no insurance.
Oh, yeah, that guy didn't have any insurance. At least my wife, the guy that hit my wife, had insurance and took care of her car. We got her car. In the meantime, I don't have a vehicle because now one of the biggest problems you get in an accident right now, you got a newer car, it's gonna be a while because they're not getting parts. Been waiting 2 months now on the box fender.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they'd have tons of them?
You would think.
Yeah, don't forget, 2 months after I got my car, somebody knocked my driver's side mirror off. Hey. All right.
That's why I won't buy a new car. It's just because
live on a good street, I guess.
They're parked. We're not even driving them. They're parked.
That's even worse.
That's the worst part. Yeah, well, have you tried to buy a used car lately, Swifty?
No.
Try.
Yeah.
They're very expensive.
Yeah.
The price has gone up because you
Not
can't
to
get
mention
new.
the interest rates are skyrocketing also.
Yeah, you can't get new cars. So
if I was going to go shop for a used car, I always know a guy that knows a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's the way to get it.
The guy that knows a guy that rips you off that goes to a guy that
Go to a lot.
Right.
I mean, you can buy a car that has no engine, and then a guy that actually has the engine that goes in that car.
Sure.
Put 2 and 2 together, you got $1,000 car again.
Well, it's pretty
You
bad
have
when
to
your
wrench
neighbor
the
says,
engine or hire the
"Oh,
guy
I see
to
you got a new
wrench.
Target."
Yeah, that's what it is. Another Target.
You might as well just gravel your front yard, Jesse, and turn it into parking.
We can't. We got gas lines and water lines.
Oh man.
We can't do that.
Small front yard.
It sucks. It's a fairly narrow road for a state highway too.
I blame it on the power lines. They got the poles too close to the road.
That's what it is.
Well, yeah, because if you're too close to the curb, your mirrors will hit. So people don't drive that close to the curb.
Oh.
Which means the people coming the opposite direction have to get over more.
Right.
And guess where they're getting over more into? The parking area.
Right. And it's always where you park.
On Jesse's road, you definitely put your mirrors in or you won't have any.
That's craziness. Yeah. You think they'd widen it or something.
Well, they did. That's why the poles are where they are now. they widened it. Last time they worked on that road, they widened it a little bit, and the poles got closer to the curb.
Okay, so why don't they just make it a one-way street then?
Yeah,
it's a main drag.
It's a main road.
Really?
I know. I should
You
just
can tell me
move.
they moved the poles.
Just move.
Just move. I know.
They'll
Be
say,
a
we'll
lot
give
of
you extra,
money there.
we'll give you extra pavement. Well, we're not moving no poles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can tell they're close because this is also a bus line,
Uh-huh.
and all the poles have marks from the bus mirrors, where the bus mirrors have been hitting them.
Jeez.
That's just sad.
Yeah.
That's just poor engineering right there.
Well, the only way we're going to get them moved, is the way we got that two poles down. Somebody crashed into it and broke it.
Right. And they'll move it then, right?
Then I'll move it.
Yeah, just park your stuff by what pole you want to crash and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the city ends up stealing part of your land because, of course, they have to move the sidewalk. They own the park strip and the sidewalk, but they'll say, well, you want it wider, so we're gonna have oh, what do they call that, Jesse?
Charge you.
I know you pay tax on it too, and
Yeah,
you gotta
it's
keep
easement.
your
The area between the street and the sidewalk is called an easement. Yes, you pay
Right.
tax, and it is your property, but you bought it knowing you've given them permission to use that property for utilities.
Ah.
yeah, and then
They don't classify that as private property though.
All right.
Cash wise, yes.
you get taxed
Maintenance
on it.
wise, yes.
Well, like if somebody's
In every
somebody's
respect,
putting their film on a
except that
public
you
easement,
don't-
you can't do anything.
I can't do anything without their permission,
Ah.
right? I can't even put a driveway because I don't have enough yard,
Right.
right? So I can't do nothing that way. I can't cut it all out and put a drive there. No.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's an easement that when you buy the property, it's like most cities. You
And if they
it's like if
widen
you got,
it,
it's like if you buy even in nice areas, gated communities where they got their poles behind the yard, they got like an alleyway.
Uh-huh.
That property belongs to those people, but it's an easement that the utilities have the right to, and you pay taxes on it. Bummer.
What's funny is it's also a public easement. Anything outside of poles is
Some
public.
are, some aren't, but they're usually for utilities.
Yeah, if they're along any road and you're between the road and the utilities, that's public easement. You can't say get off my land. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
it also depends on the state also.
Got it.
But
And
most
yeah,
states
that
I've
would be
lived on,
clear.
you're right, Scott. They'll charge you tax, they'll tax you on it, but technically in their eyes, it's public
Yeah.
where they still tax you. And then if
Except
they
you gotta
want to put a
maintain it.
suicide lane in the middle and give a little more, they'll actually go on the other side of the wall. They'll eminent domain, they'll take it.
Take what they need.
Well, they have to in the what do they call it, the process of production or whatever you want to call it. The
Development.
yeah, like dang it, what do they call that? It starts with a P.
Progress.
Yeah, in the name of progress, we're gonna have to take
Name of
it.
progress. Well, you want to hear another funny thing cities do? And I didn't realize that. And then when I found out about it, I thought it was just a city, but a lot of cities do this. If they have a piece of property that's adjacent to another piece of property that's owned by someone, and no one owns that piece of property, what they'll do is they'll join those two pieces of property and not tell the owner. And then the owner finds out a year later or something, oh, what's these tickets for trash? My yard, I gotta cut my grass. I cut my grass. Yeah, but that's your property over there too. And they
And
go
they
look it up
wonder
in the
why
record.
their property tax jumps up and
Right, and they go look up in the records and they've seen it's been redone, and now that shows that that's their property. This happened just a couple of years ago to a company that's behind our house. They're actually down the road, but their property goes along the railroad tracks and along another road. Well, people were dumping over by the tracks, right? And one day I come in, and then also our alley goes to that road there. One day I get home and there's guys out there putting these big cement ballards across the front of the drive on the main road and across my alley. And I'm going, what are you guys doing? So we're the city's charging us for this property. I said, well, that's not your property. He said, well, yeah, it is now. They gave it to us. We didn't know it. They did that to us. They just added it to what was already ours and said, okay, this is yours. They started charging them for trash pickup
Wow.
there. They were going there and cutting the grass and pulling all the garbage because people were dumping back there. They started charging and they said, well, we're not paying that. We're going to put this up and nobody can go back there. And now I can't use my alley.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
That
like,
sucks.
like my driveway, Jesse, you've been to my house numerous times. That's
Right.
actually an alley.
Your
And
driveway, yeah, it cuts
it
through there.
was a city alley and it was a dead alley, so they gave it to us.
Right.
But they'll take it back whenever they want to. They've done it before in the past. They took back the alley, and tore it up, put in a water line, and gave it back to us.
Yeah.
And now every time they changed the water situation because we used to have a water main that was like 4 feet from our foundation wall, and whenever they used the old pump house on Flat Fork Creek, it would leak and seep through our walls and stuff and make our sump run constantly. And that's because our neighbor, once they put in the main line there, he put in a row of maple trees and now all the roots infiltrate the water main. So we just started threatening a court battle with them. But now we have a new water plant, a new water tower, different pump station, and haven't had to deal with that for the last year and a half.
Well, that's
Thank
good.
God, because my computer room's in the lower level.
Yeah. All right. So what's coming up for Tuesday night hangouts in Ed and Jess?
Well,
What can we expect this year from you guys?
well, there is kind of a change to pace. We're not. Our last month on air is going to be June because that's our anniversary month.
June. Okay.
But like next Tuesday is Open Line Tuesday, the last Tuesday of every month. It will always be much like your Open Line. It's the last Sunday of every month.
Right.
And then in April on the 4th, I have Damon from West Coast Gold Prospecting. The 11th, I have Jim from Cottonwood Trails Gold Camp. On the 18th, I have Matt from Inside Bend Prospecting. There's a whole month for you, Jesse, of just prospectors.
Nice.
Then in May, I have Aaron from Ricky Gold Prospectors out of North Carolina. I haven't booked the 9th or 16th yet, but I think I might have Mayhem Prospecting for one of those.
Cool.
And on the 23rd of May, I have Prospector Tuck. And then, of course, our Open Line Tuesday. And then I'll fill up June, which is blank at the moment.
Right.
And then
but I'm going to try for June. I'm going to try to fill a spot with a mineral club.
Yeah, like a lapidary club, Gem and Toledo Gem and Rock and Gem or whatever.
Cool.
It's Toledo Rock and Gem club.
Which is cool. It's right up. They're still prospectors, especially if they go out there and dig. And then the lapidary aspect of that would be really cool too. Then we're gonna start taking July, August, September, and October off. And that will allow us to get out into the rivers and streams more, do a little more camping, a little more detecting, get a little bit different source of content. I've been starting to edit a little more. Like the past show, I made a highlight for Kaylee about 2 days after the show. Then I made shorts that was I think it posted yesterday. And that way, out of one live stream, I'll get 2 or 3 additional pieces of content from those.
I got you.
And I want to get more out in the field stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, I'd like to get my magnets wet, do a little magnet fishing. I'd like to get out detecting more. Those detectorists are terrible influences, Rob, you know. But I have found silver. I can't wait to pop out a gold ring or a eagle or something because they're out there buried, you know.
Yeah, they're there.
I'd love to find something from the War of 1812. I did produce a couple of videos. I went to Fort Laramie's outpost from the late 1600s, early 1700s in Fort Laramie, Ohio, which also was one of the posts for Mad Anthony Wayne during the War of 1812. And I was there with the Wayne Legion research group and spent the day with them on an archaeological dig of the fort area. And they found 1700 musket flints, French musket flints, and some really cool Wayne Legion buttons and stuff, and all that dates early 1800s into the late 1700s, and that was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'd like to hook up with Greg Shipley again and do that.
Right.
And that also led into some other permissions by our friend Spot, King Prospectors, his permission, Picker Hollow. It's in the same general area south of Bell Fountain. And from my experience in that area, the good gold is a lot better than in my neck of the woods in Ohio.
Nice.
Yeah, so for me this summer, I want to do more local places because I know we're in Ohio and all, but I know there's more places in Ohio that have gold. And I just want to spend my summer doing that, looking around here, trying to find other places. I mean, you see people on Facebook in Ohio, they're finding some good gold in different places. They ain't telling people where they're at.
No Tell'em Creek.
That's right.
And I'd like to get up to Lake Superior or do a little beach mining on Lake Michigan or Lake Superior, hit up, maybe find some nice copper floats or something like that. So get out there a little more. I am planning Flash Bash for 2024, but that probably be it might end up being in the same place all the time because you know how it is. You had the GPS dig in Alabama and then in Georgia, or was it Carolina?
Carolinas, yeah.
And you know, logistics make it hard, especially when we live so far out of state.
Kidding. That's the worst.
I need to talk to Jim at Cottonwood Trails.
Yeah.
Because usually I used OSPA leases. I pretty much sublease a lease for the weekend. They got a huge portion of the door. And a lot of it went to food and other stuff. So it will probably either be where it was last year or at Cottonwood Trails. And the place it was at last year, it's small. It's a nice campground, but it's right next to the Swank East and not far from the Swank West. And if I could talk to the guys over there that run the watershed Muscatio or whatever it is, watershed over at Pleasant Hill. We might be able to even venture to where there's an old town site that's no longer there on where the Clear Fork runs into the reservoir. There's an old town site.
Oh, cool.
Jesse and I went there with the Buckeye chapter, and they allowed us to metal detect, and that's when we found a bottle dump, or a dump, a farmer's dump.
Right.
And I wouldn't mind. You can get permission to hit the tennis court or the volleyball courts and the beach. That's about it at any of those places, state parks and stuff. But I think we could get special permission for that weekend, like the Buckeye chapter did. We did at that time.
Right.
But
Well, Ed, we're kind of in overtime here, and
Yeah.
we haven't mentioned there's certain thing here. Don't forget to catch Ed and I on Reds, Coins, and Collectibles every other Saturday, which our next one will be on the 8th.
All right.
That's right.
Who's the guest this
There's
week?
something else I wanted to mention too.
Those are auctions. Ed and I run the auctions on the Saturdays.
Okay.
I wanted to mention something about our buddy Jared. I understand why he doesn't like to show himself
Why
so
is that?
much.
Why?
Well, when you had Kayla on and he was on, I'm sorry, Jared, but you look like a Teletubby. With that blue hat on, you go back and look at it, and
I have to wear that beanie or my headset slips off. It's so old.
I would change colors then.
No, I
Go
gotta
with the
represent
black
Buffalo
one or
Bills.
something. There you
Yeah.
go, you know.
Yeah, put a black one on.
Well, Ed, Jess, we want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us tonight. It's been a
Well,
pleasure
it's
having
our
you.
pleasure. You guys are like family.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's
We've
what it
known
was.
each other for years.
Yep, it was
Right.
just like a family BS session. So
Yeah,
Like
it took years
sitting
to meet
around
you
the
finally at
fire.
Ohio Gold Show.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's Scott?
I said it took years to meet him at the Ohio Gold Show. Finally had to
Yeah.
fly out there.
And finally we met, but we've literally known
Hey.
each other through the internet since 08 or so.
Yeah.
Oh, at least.
I'd like to thank both of you for coming in such short notice.
Yep. Thank you.
Not a
Thank you.
problem, Mr. Lodak, Tim, Rich, Dennis,
No, thank you, guys.
Swifty,
And
and
Tim.
Rob.
Tim, you don't have to twist my arm so hard.
I know. I'm sorry, man.
Right,
I didn't
right.
twist it that hard this time.
We're pretty easy to get a hold of, Tim. You know.
Oh yeah.
So just so everybody knows, I've volunteered to be on this show before. If you ever need someone to help out when no one shows up, like the
Same here.
Pitbulls or
Yeah, your name's
Peyton
on
or
my
Swifty
list.
or any of those guys, I've offered my services.
Your name is on my list. It's
Right.
right there.
Oh, boy.
Jesse, right at the top.
Yeah.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
hey, number one.
Number 2.
Yeah, thanks, guys, man. Take it easy, and we'll be talking to you soon. Good luck, fellas.
Hope so.
Take care, man.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
guys later.
And thanks
Night,
for the
everybody.
support as always from Gold Prospector Space to Flashing Your Pan. It's always been greatly appreciated.
Got it, brother. Later, fellas.
Got it, brother.
Later.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
This button here, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
button.
Right here. That one?
That's the one.
Wait a minute.
And well, yeah, I believe, man, I can't remember what he was doing back then. It's when me and Lisa first started seeing him on YouTube, he used to, like, his intro was "Hello, YouTubers and subscribers," and we always knew it. We always knew it was him.
Well,
Just by that,
wasn't that Ed in the Shed then? Right?
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that shit.
Yeah.
That was been
Hello,
way back.
YouTubers and friends.
Yeah, that was Ed in the Shed. Yeah.
Well, he used to say YouTubers and subscribers. Now I think he says YouTubers and friends.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that we can?
Before we wrap up, we need to announce our guest for next Sunday, Justin Peterson from Whitewater.
Ah, cool.
He's in the YouTube chat. I posted his channel there. Be sure to subscribe to him.
Awesome. Looking forward to having him on next week. That'd be cool.
All right.
And
Yeah.
What
Ain't
about
him and the
month-
last two guests working in the same spot?
right? What about the monthly pay it forward, Jared?
We never got anything put together this month. We kind
Oh.
of slipped on it, but we'll definitely have one next month. Maybe a
Oh,
double or
okay.
something.
All right, cool.
Oh, by the way, before we get out of here, I've been texting Grumpy for, I don't know, 3 days now.
Uh-huh.
And I tried to call him once. He doesn't answer. I need your address again.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm confused. I've sent him things in Messenger and everything. He's not answering. I'm like, what's going on?
Ah. I don't know. Is he even in the chat room tonight? Is he all
I
right?
have not seen him.
Who is
I don't
it?
know.
He was here
Grumpy.
Friday.
Oh, so he's
Maybe he's
okay.
not getting his phone signal or something up there. I don't know.
Ah.
But I thought he sent me. I thought he sent me the address in Messenger, and I went back way back, and it's like it ain't there. I'm like, where the heck did he send it to me?
Wow.
Whose address?
Grumpy's
Randy Lewis.
Oh.
in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Ooh, Canada.
All right. Well, we're out of here. We want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. Don't forget to join us Wednesday, West Coast Wednesday at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. We're out of here.
Oh, there.
Night, everyone.
Good night, Gold Digger.
Good night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectors.com.